Alrighty then. Yeah, that thing always scared the crap out of me. Like, let's get started. Currently I'm still like trying to make like a crossbow warrior build. So far I'm not really sure like does it work or not, but I'll try. We will try. Something was wrong. I should not. I repeat, I should not have invested in intelligence. I've been thinking about using the firewall to enter the armor to let damage. I feel like I should just infuse it with fire. That would be much more better. Currently I'm trying to like make a build that is the warrior that relies on like physical projectile damage and bleeding and also ignite. But so far things didn't work out that well because I have a lot of intelligence because I was relying on a little bit on magic to like do the magic, you know. So I'm going to try to refund some passive, turn everything here into strength and dex. And try my best to like do a lot more like physical damage stuff. You can see it. If I actually boost my two-handed physical damage, you can do this. And then I will try to add some I'll try to add some two-handed mace to clear up some of the armor breaking issues. Because here's the thing, once you break the armor, you don't really have another way to remove that pack of armor unless you really like are trying to. So yeah. I also like trying to get more accuracy, while at the same time I do have lots of like strength already. All I need to do is just remove all my intelligence node. I'm going to be turned back into a dumb warrior. Then apply. Now I lost all my ability to handle all the magic stuff. Alright. And let's take off all the magic stuff out. I don't need magic anymore. What I need now is, so far, this. I was trying to use my Infernal Cry to kind of like deal some damage, but I don't see any skill that turn my War Cry into damaging cry. So it's a little bit much more difficult. I want to break all the armor and then use the War Cry to like clear off all the armor break and then just rinse and repeat. But so far the plan didn't go that well. Let's go and see. Okay, this is all the War Cry stuff. Let's see. Enrage War Cry, that give me enrage, the support days. Grants rage. Corrupted Cry. Corrupted Cry did give you a certain amount of corrupted blood damage, but is it like so debuff blah blah blah. Corrupted blood is not bleeding. It does not affect stat related to bleeding. So. Debuff, yada yada stuff. Yeah, maybe I can use a little bit of chaos, like withering spell that increase like chaos stuff, but Dazing Cried. Yeah, not lots of War Cry stuff that can help me. I really need some things that can actually like destroy armored, not gas grenade anymore. I feel like gas grenade is a little bit overrated in my sense, but yeah, I don't really need gas grenade. I can swap gas grenade with something else. Let's see. Can I use anything that is level 10. Nope. Not even close. Not even close. Yeah, I feel like I really need like dual mace to actually find a way to clear out perfect strike, convert physical damage into fire while dual wielding both hands, like hits less damage. You know what? Let's try to like read all the skill. At least I got like a level 3 skill, so I can kind of like read everything. Armor breaker, hits break the armored. I don't really need that. Shield charge, shockwave totem. Rolling slam, bone shattered. Attack enemy with a melee strike. The strike will cause a heavy stun on enemy that are primed to stun. Upon causing heavy stun, it will also create a shockwave. Deal a large amount of area. Blah blah blah. So. Yeah, and then there's earthquake. Should I just get like a random heavy mace first? Just to...
Thank you.
Okay, now I can read them properly. Yeah, I really have to have all those things to action.
Rolling slam strikes twice and can be redirected.
Okay, rolling slam
The first
is
slam
not
is effective
fast
for
enough.
stunning. While Bone Shatter is equipped, monsters display these indicators when their stun meter is almost full. Use Bone Shatter to stun them instantly and deal a high damage explosion around the target. Earthquake creates jagged ground that slows enemies. After a few seconds, the ground explodes with an aftershock, dealing a large amount of damage. Earthquake creates jagged ground that's...
Okay, I think I can try to use the aftershock to clear the armor, but it's not really that consistent. Maximum jagged ground for 4 seconds.
After a few seconds, the ground explodes with an...
Can I actually like hasten?
Creates jagged ground that slows enemies. After a few seconds, the ground explodes with an aftershock, dealing a large amount of damage. Earthquake creates jagged ground that slows...
Okay, and how about resonating shield doesn't work? Imagine I just use a shield to like What happened if I hold 2 shield on my hand? Repeatedly strike your shield with your weapon, causing damage or shockwave. Shockwave used for duration, but while using resonant shield, your shield is raised and block all incoming attack hit. And yep. The shield wall, leaping slam. You know what? Shield charge seems like a very good way.
I hear you.
Let's just try to like I got the money. It's just like cheap ass stuff, everything. So it's good thing that I can try the things out. Grants ratio. This one is a grants ratio. This one have a little bit stuffed going on there.
You are
So we're just
battle
going to
ready.
hold this.
I hear you.
Well, I did buy a few stuff.
No need
Let's
to
sell some
rush.
stuff. Give me some money. Oh. This one? Oh, this one's scale dex and strength. This one is pure strength scaling. Oh, curious.
As
You know what?
wish.
Even though I bought like a very expensive stuff, it's useless for me now. Load an additional boat. It does help, kind of, but not good enough. So I will try to equip a shield. Can I try to equip another shield? No, it doesn't work that way, sadly. Let's just use the shield for doing something stupid. Okay? Infernal Cry. Raise shield. Keep the Infernal Cry here too.
I think I'll wait for a fight first.
Yeah, I'm just trying to do the most stupidest thing in the world. And hope it work. Let's go and take a look what kind of skill I can get in this. Stomping Ground, overpowered. Hit support skill. That was stun build up, unbreakable. More stun threshold. Trigger shockwave. Gonna take a step while using this support skill. Stomping Ground is good. Let me see any other things. Ruptures. Alright. Physical Mastery. Close Combat. Ingenuity. Momentum. Okay, this one, and exploit weakness. I can break people armor using this skill now, so change it into this. As for rapid shot, let's give the... I need the break endurance, so... How much other element this thing deals? Yeah, it doesn't do too much, so it's fine. Actually, I can use the Fiery Death if I wanted to. Fiery Death for you. Fire Infusion for you. It does drop the damage, but it does give people Ignite now. And this one, the Martial Temple, and the Fiery... I'm not sure how well this thing can ignite people. Oh, I can't use the Fire Infusion yet because I need the Armor Explosions. But I also need the Armor Breaking. Oh, this is a headache. You know what? Fire Infusion for you. It seems to do quite well with the damage. I have so many duplicate firewall. I used Solar Orb back then just to trigger like the fire. Trigger like the armor clearing, but I don't see the use for it now. Let's go and do something stupid. The Shah. Beat crap out of the mammoth? I don't think so. Did I? Didn't I? Yeah, I already beat the mammoth. How? Hi there, Diddy! Oh man, there's so many poison cloud! Actually, how well is this thing is? Oh. Oh, I actually like the charging, but did I just... Yeah, if I hit anything that just stops.
I need more time.
Yeah, I also need like the... Doing great, doing great. But if you're going to ask for my health, not doing great. But don't worry, I'm not dying anyway. It's just my legs tiny little bit sucker than usual. Ooh, I've been back in the corner.
I need more time.
So if I do this... Oh, the rupturings. Yeah, the stomping ground actually does work. And it works really well. So if I broke all the armor, use shield charge at them, use the rupture again. It's just too bad like the rupturing is not... It's just too bad like the rupturing is not that long. And I can't run past people. I guess I can use it to run away. Nah, too bad, it's terminal. Yeah, this is why, like, here's the thing. Every single time people come in, either they didn't see me for a long time, or like they just joined in the stream, and then they say, how do you do? Should I just answer them honestly? No. Or just... Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. Because by then I feel like I'm trauma dumping. And it's going to be very awkward. But if I just try to like put a smiley face in front of people, it might be a little bit confusing for other people too. Ooh, this is a little bit difficult. I need to... This doesn't count as melee damage, is it? Oh, it does count as melee damage. Ooh. Yeah, I think I do need like the other skill, but now I ran out of like... Hold on a little bit. I do love how the shield charge works. Yeah, have you played this game, Didi? PoE 2. It's fun playing this game. And also making build too. It's like playing Monster Hunters, but a little bit much more complex. When I say a little bit much more complex, I mean like really complex. Kind of the same. The concept is the same. If you're going to like just study the basic concept of like how things works, it's actually quite similar. Yeah, I might have to change my melee skill to something much more faster. Because like doing this, I need to do like, you know, like this wind up attack and start doing this. I can do two things. Remove the stomping ground. The stomping ground might not do too much of the work here. Ooh. Gosh dang it. Just killed me. And switch this thing with martial tempo and ingenuity. Ingenuity is like increase your cooldown to be faster, so you can sort of like spam skill faster. There's lots of way to actually play this game. Oh, by the way, is my mic actually working? Yes, it is working, thankfully. Let's open up Portal. Compare this with like PoE 1. This is better because the portal is infinite. You don't have to always like have like a stack of portal scroll with you, which is a little bit annoying to be honest.
I've changed my mind.
I'm going to remove this one and add some strength, add some dex over here. How is my strength and dex? Yes, doing great. No, actually, add more dex. And then going to remove all the point from here. And then actually I'm an idiot. I still need this one because like having two-handed weapon to help me. It does help, but it reduced the attack speed by 5%. It kind of got recovered by the 6%, but yeah, the reduced attack speed does sting a little bit. This is increased more strength. Prevent getting one shot. I can actually remove these connections.
Greetings.
Yeah, keep
Nothing
refunding
is
the
set in
passive.
stone.
Remove this too. Yeah, I'm optimizing my skill tree and stuff. I don't really need anything from here. Is this the one that increased the armor? No, it doesn't. This one is the one that increased the armor. Go to here. Do I really need it? Because so far, from what I heard, the armored stat is a little bit busted. So, having armor stat doesn't do well. Okay, with this, I got enough strength and enough dex to do quite lots of other stuff. I'm basically a warrior with a gun. So far.
Greetings. Nothing is
I
set
may have to
in stone.
refund this thing. Did I? Is this thing refunded?
I have a different.
Yeah, sometimes like the skill tree is still a little bit bug. I have to like go in and out just to fix up the build again. Oh, giant life loss. Is mine giant? Yes, mine is also giant. Toss you out. Tossing you out.
What have you learned?
I have a different plan.
I have a different path to go. And that path, even I have no idea what would happen to me. Well, the game in general, do you like to play those kind of like Diablo 2 era game or any like ARPG, just long as it's not Diablo 4. This is a very different game with Diablo 4, so if you try to wish this game is like that, it's not gonna be one. Or you play Elden Ring, those kind of games. Dark Souls and Elden Ring in this one gel pretty well if you have experience on like both, because this game overall have this like very you could say Dark Souls like feeling. Just basically it's like Elden Ring Dark Souls with a really high up camera. And why am I not centered? I just noticed and it bothers me. Okay, now I'm centered. Oh yeah, I was figuring out a way for this to make this much more consistent, so I don't really need this mace yet. I still have some resources to like help me out to boost this like build. Hopefully it was enough. Because I do make a lot of different characters and try to like earn quite lots of stuff, so I end up have like a lot of duplicate gem. So I'm going to have martial tempo in here, but do I already have one here? Yeah, I already have one here. Just move this to here. Martial tempo, and this one I can use rapid fire, immolated, ricochet, fiery deft, fresh clip, martial tempo, fork. They do like that fork. Raging cry. No. No. Ingenuity. Oh, I already have one from here. Ingenuity. Is it here? Nope, not here. Who is actually using my ingenuity? Oh, my war cry. That is going to be a little bit tough to figure this out. Okay, right now, I can punch people. Holy heck, I can add punch! I can add skill into punching! Man, I love this game. Yeah, I might need to add the raging cry into this. I want to rage! Okay, good. Increase your rage. Rapid shot. So rapid shot. I know rapid shot is basically just I can use immolated, I guess. No. Fiery death kind of work. Ricocheted. If I missed. This only work if I missed. The fork actually Support skill, projectile fork. Projectile split into two. The first time that hit an enemy, do not pierce it. I never really tried fork before. Let's try fork. Let's fucking go. I have a fork, but I never really use it. Okay, keep doing stupid stuff. I basically only have a shield for no reasons. I can block when I want, but who would want to block when you have a gun?
I need more time.
So basically my tactic is just charge at people. Oh, this map. Here's the thing, if you kind of like pay attention to the game, you might encountering this and then you see like watchful twin. So you know it's twin. Try your best just to kite one out, because having two to fight is actually really hard. So just do this, kite one out. I need to switch to a different bullet. Oh, the forking. But it doesn't... It's not useful for me at the moment. No! I'm dying. I'm dying! Oh! It killed me first! And it died! Ah. And there's a regal orb. I feel regret. I feel regret. I managed to kill one, but I didn't kill the second twin. And then we had to start a fight again. Yeah, the second one is there.
Face me!
This skill, like usually when I play, the rapid fire is my go-to damage, but I feel like this one has more damage than my rapid fire. Is it me or is it this? Yeah, I might have to reconsider some of my strategy.
I'm not ready. I can't yet.
Is there any other way that I can like do like a very big payoff that eats up the armor that I broke? I still feel like it's still not... complete this trial will not grant you any ascension point. Yes, yes, yes. I'm gonna just grab it, toss it again, just to show off that I got one. Yeah. Drop a skill for me, please. Nope. It's not dropping a skill for me. So I learned one thing. bullcrap. I tried the shield charge, but it kind of like disappointed a little bit. But I do have to keep using a shield charge at the moment. But I do need one skill that sort of can clear up the armor for me. I'm not really sure where to get it. Well, at least I need like the 5 penetrations for this one. Yeah, when you play enough, you kind of like recognize the symbol. I've been playing this game so much that I recognize the symbol for the gem without even looking at it.
Heal yourself!
Actually, legitly, the stomping ground actually slapped. I mean, like, literally, it slapped people. Ooh, Regal. I have reclaimed back the Regal orb that I just lost. Now, onward to get bullied by all these birds. Like, seriously, all these birds is like my kryptonite. The poison is just too much. I have to keep chucking all the... Ooh, I did... Gran. Is Gran better than Giant, I forgot. I think Gran is better than Giant. What you do is go back and add some stuff into them.
I can't yet.
Oh, uncut spot gem. What? Man, this idea. This way of dealing damage, I'm not sure I should say suck, or actually somehow is working. It somehow is working, but I'm not sure it's working the way I want it. Yeah, when I get like a skill gem, I just need one skill gem and then use the two-handed and use the earth shaken thing.
Feel my wrath! I need more time. I'm not ready.
I might need to remove the chain thing. Oh, I got stuck. I'm stuck.
I can't yet.
Boom. I'm like a riot. I'm like a riot police. Have a shield. Have like a gun. Practically, it's a gun. This thing in my
Heal
hand.
yourself. I can't yet.
It's too bad I can't like hold a shield and kind of like shoot in the same time. It would be hilarious if I can do that. Because I do have one skill, too bad it doesn't work with mine. Like, here's a skill, it's called Giant Blood. You can wield two-handed stuff. Basically, two-handed axe, mace, sword, in one hand. So, in a way, you kind of like, you kind of can do quite a lot of stupid stuff when you can actually do it. Why I'm actually like playing this kind of like weird build is because I want to try out like armor piercing round is ridiculous when it comes to again piercing armored. And once you can do chain, you can break like a shit tons of armor. And if you really want to spend like endurance for like a lot of like stuff like this, I can break a lot of armored, gain endurance, do this, slap some people, break more armored, slap more people, see? And then do some yelling, and then break more armored, slap. I need some like better like melee slap. This melee slap is like not enough, you know?
I'm not ready.
I need a better melee slap. Woo.
I need more time.
Ooh.
I'm not ready.
So basically, break armor, charge, yell, break armor, charge, break armor, charge, break armor, charge, yell, break armor, charge, break armor, charge, break armor, charge, yell, break the armor, charge, break armor again, charge, yell, break the armor, charge. Whew, I missed him. Alright, this is the first time I missed it. Charge, yell, go ahead and break the armor again, charge. Don't even have to yell at this point. Oh, an uncut skill gem. This is a level 8 one, so... Wait, I already can do level 8 skill gem. This thing is like... Oh. Gosh dang. Oh, more armor I have, more damage it does. So the shield charge actually does slap if I do say so. Oh, the armor on shield. So it does increase the damage for the armor on shield. What does Earth Spike do? Let's try to replace the shield first. And take a look. This is Leaping Slam.
Leap Slam is useful for closing in on enemies and stunning them. It is even more effective against enemies with broken armor. Leap
Ooh.
Slam is useful for closing in on enemies and stunning them. It is even more effective against enemies.
Earth Shatter.
Earth Shatter is a slam that creates a spike of rock. Using Warcry skills nearby will cause the rock to explode. Try placing several rocks and destroying them all at once for huge damage. Earth Shatter is
Yeah, I
a
have to
slam
do
that
too
creates a
much if
spike
I
of rock.
just have to
Using
do this.
Warcry
I want to
on
rely
impact,
on my gun,
Molten
of course.
Blast will explode and fling. Hold down the button for perfect strike to charge a powerful swing. If you release at exactly the right moment, you will hit with a high damage explosion that always ignites enemies. Hold down the button for perfect strike.
You know what? Leaping Slime. I'm going for Leaping Slime. And let's see. Leaping Slime. Yeah, I hope you have a nice day on the job. Trigger shockwave when you use the support skill. Support skill cooldown increase the rate with choose cooldown meter. Oh, I can't further double the thingy. Does it have cooldown? Okay, let me try this thing. Okay, it doesn't have a cooldown, but it is a little bit slow, so let's try something else. G, take a look at this. It's travel, payoff, and slime. Since I got this one, let's see. Leaping Slime, what can it do? Fist of War. Skill are ancestrally boost. Ancestral boost skill have 20% more area damage. Ooh. Overpowered. Okay, ancestral. Need you. I might need the martial tempo. Yeah, it does increase my leaping time. Hey, this looks fun. All right. I do have to take a look at a few things first. Let's increase the damage while holding a shield. Increase damage while holding a shield. Increase damage per chance of block. It doesn't really help out that much. Any other things that boost the shield? Why there's like a shield boosting skill here? This is increase the chance of block. It's not really what I want. This is increased block chance, not the armored. Increase the defense. So increase the defense, basically increase the armor stuff, increase the block chance. Yeah, you would think like stuff like with like armored, like you can boost like shield charge, you can just shield charge all the way. Just every day doing shield charge. Nothing to do. Well, here's the thing. When it comes to end of the year, a lot of companies don't really actually have a thing to do unless they are working in event company. Event company have a lots of stuff to do around the time, but once you're like at the beginning of the year, it's like almost nothing to do. Actually, it's like in between, like this, like around this time, till February. Usually they don't have stuff to do, especially for event company. So usually they use those kind of time to, you know, work stuff out. What kind of stuff out? Don't know. Increase the area of attack. Increase the accuracy rating. Are you an engineer or something? Engineer usually don't really have too much things to do. All you need to do is just look at a report. I know you actually do have something to do, but still at the end, like, well, what are you kidding? It's still at the end, look at report most of the time. I'm not trying to diss the diss the thing, it's just that at the end it's kind of like that. Oh, you're salespersons. Shouldn't you have to go to event and stuff a lot more, do you think? Convention, event, this and that, yeah, that stuff. More or less, you know a lot of event guy for some reasons. People working on sales, they know a lot of people from the event side of stuff. Oh yeah, this is why I told you, like, around this time, event company is actually so free. At the beginning of the year and at the end of the year, it's usually really free. Unless your country celebrate a lot of like different kinds of holidays. Like Malaysia's, we actually celebrate so many things. So many things. Because we have multicultures in there, so we celebrate almost everything. We have Indians, so we celebrate the Deepawali. We have Christians, so we celebrate Christmas too. A lot of well, Christians actually everywhere. And we have Muslims, so like Hari Raya, we also celebrate. We have Malaysian Chinese, and I'm one of them, and we celebrate Chinese New Year. So we literally celebrate almost, like, there's too many celebrations in Malaysia. You can literally look at Malaysia holiday chart. We are the country that have the most holiday. Ooh, it have chance to aggravate bleeding. A lot of people do, a lot of people doesn't. Depends on what kind of yeah, it does depend on what kind of things that you're working on. It's like, if you are Chinese, if Chinese New Year, of course, they will let you go. But also depends on the situation. They will be short-handed. They will pay you triple or sometimes more than quadruple of the price to stay over there and work. But usually people just say, nah, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to celebrate Chinese New Year. But there will also be a chance that a lot of people who will, you know, Indian will take the chance work, and Malay will also take a chance work around the time. So it's basically, it's like take turn. Like, we know each other holiday, so we would let them take a break, let them celebrate their holiday, and then we take over the work. But we do get triple pay or double pay, depends. Some company doesn't do that, but some company, most company do. Not most, actually. Some.
Nothing is set in stone.
Well, it depends which country you are actually from, because in Malaysia's, our pay is actually abysmal. This is why we kind of like see, ooh, double payment, ooh, triple payment. It's because we really rarely get paid that much. So when we see double and triple, it's actually the normal wages of of like many other country. A lot of people in Malaysia is overwork. The moment we get like 1 day break, we have no idea what to do. If you give us a week of break, we have no idea what to do. This is why Malaysia have like issues or culture issues that we have, like, we always work, we never stop working. And when we actually you know, like we have like the unpaid leave holiday we can sort of accumulate together. We always have these issues that we will have so many holiday that we unpaid holiday we can have, not unpaid, like paid holiday, paid like holiday time that we can have. We literally accumulate them so much they have to force you to take a break at a certain amount of time, because by law you have to spend that holiday. But everyone just overwork to the point that they do not know how to relax. Imagine like most people would say like 9 to 5. We actually also work 9 to 5, but usually 9 to 5 is just a suggestions. So people reach at 9, they will have to always work overtime to actually get like a certain livable wages. Work until like 9. Sometimes even you go back home, you will still get a lot of call, and then you have to do a lot of work. And most of the time, even you take a holiday work, like a paid holiday, use that paid holiday, people will still keep constantly contacting you, like, hey, where's the pen that you put in there? Hey, where's the stock? Hey, where's the like the box like about for that thing? Hey, where's this thing? Hey, where's that thing? It's like the moment you're gone, the entire company somehow just unable to function. There's lots of time for lots of people like that. And one of my friends actually is working in that environment, that kind of environment. So I was like, poor you, poor you.
I hear you. My wares are... all right.
Sad stuff is I can't even experience this kind of like stuff properly because like due to my disability, I really reluctant to go to work, to be honest. You can say I'm lazy. Definitely is. Because of my issues, I become quite a lazy person. And I'm not admitting those things. In a way, I am lazy. But the reason I'm lazy is also because like my issues. You get the idea. It's like you have to spend minimum effort to work, to make things work. Else you're just going to like spend up your energy in a hyper fast way. Kinda hate that kind of concept though. Well, congratulations, lots of people do. But too bad we're not rich. Oh wait, I'm not wearing any armored. Holy heck, I am a bold person. How am I still alive?
I hear you.
Happens to everyone. This is why lots of people try to de-stress. Or just find some connections. Either play some games together with friends, or do some streaming, or watch someone else doing streamings. Because, to be honest, a lot of people work so much, they literally forgot how to have fun. So, it kind of become like a point that people have to watch other people to have fun. It's a little bit sad if you say it that way. It is.
Greetings.
Speak up.
I need some fire resistance. I really not resist fire at all. Yeah, this is why so many people like got sick of it, and but also at the end they got scammed by a lot of like those kind of like, you know, like get rich quick scheme, those kind of stuff. I do feel bad for people because like, yes, they're kind of idiotic that choose that path, but also there are people who literally felt like there's nothing to lose and then try those kind of things and then they lost everything. They didn't know how much they can lost sometimes. And then once it's happened, holy heck. Like Forex, those kind of stuff, or like crypto stuff. Lots of stuff.
A deal is made.
Ooh, I just got something that useless. Sell it. Thankfully, I got some money. I can get this thing, but nah. New jobs, music, new opportunities. Well, if you are still trying to get a job, that's still a good thing. For me, I'm trying to get into like voice acting. Because here's the thing, even though I'm doing like art commissions, even now I'm not doing art commission anymore, to be honest. I'm trying my best to like get into the voice acting industry, but so far, no luck. It's because like, here's the thing, if I'm doing art commissions only, I don't have any pensions. If I become old man, it's just not going to help me anymore. And I do have a decent voice, so yeah, my friends also like suggest that I try to do voice acting because I still can talk despite my disability. But oh yeah, I don't think you actually like fully understand my disability work, right? My disability is called AICA vestibular loop. It's a mouthful. Just make it long story short. My blood vessel in my ear is a little bit tad bit too long than most people. And it kind of like when I how should I say this? When I kind of walk a little bit too hard, or like long as my blood is flowing, because my blood vessel is a little bit too long, and it kind of like tangle up with the nerve, with my ear nerve. So long as my blood flow, long as my heart pulse, long as I have a bit movement that can vibrate through my head, I will get disoriented. I will get dizzy, I will get like many things. So if I do physical work, I will get really disoriented. And if I do, even I just sit here right now and then I get really stressed or panic, like blood start to like pump faster, I would get dizzy. So I have to be like those kind of like monk, like be like very zen at my conditions in order for it to work properly.
Enough!
Whee! Whee! I need a faster attack speed. Yeah, this is why when people ask me, are you fine? I'm not sure how to say it, because by mentally I am holding off, because right now I'm not sick, I'm not tired. But what happens if I'm sick and tired? So I just have to admit that my current conditions, if I'm not in this, I have to be like tip-top shape. If I slightly am not in a tip-top shape, like I'm not fine. I'm just lucky to be in a tip-top shape. And why am I in a tip-top shape? Easy, because I'm not working, I'm employed. I'm literally playing games right now. everyone have anger issues. This depends on the environment. Yeah, that's why like most people, this is why like most people, they heard about my condition, they'd be like, holy shit, are you alright? Not sure. Seriously, I'm not sure. Because I've been in my condition for so long, I kind of like already desensitized all my conditions. And currently, of course, like back in the days, here's the things. Back in the days, now I'm not anymore. I was really proud at myself that I can manage my condition very, very well, despite like the stuff that's happening to me right now. But nowadays, I've been doing a little bit differently. I've been, while spreading awareness, this kind of like stuff that can happen to people without them knowing. Yes, this is actually a very sometimes may be common, but also may be very rare. Depends on how it affects you. Kind of like invisible like disability. So I would love to like talk about this like my condition a little bit more most of the time. Mainly just to spread awareness. And I was like really proud that I can like, manage my condition very well. But because back in the days, because I can manage it very well, so I can do some jobs like art commission and stuff. Because I do know how to draw, I'm pretty decent at it. So yeah, it's a decent job to have it. I can at least support myself on food side. So yeah, just my family support like on the housing, this and that, yeah, that stuff. At least I don't have to burden them on the ability of me getting food or like electricity bill. As long as I have a house, I'm kind of fine. But here's the thing. Unfortunate situations happened. One of my right eye, canonically, if you kind of look at it, is the eye that is the purple one in my Vtuber avatar. That eye is slowly going blind. Yeah. The reason it's slowly going blind is because I always, like, due to my ear conditions, I always have vertigo. And what vertigo can do sometimes is to let you have double visions. And I've been living with double visions for quite a long time without knowing, actually. I thought double vision is like, like those kind of movie when people like are a little bit drunk or like have like a little bit of like LSD, something like that, and then they be like those kind of like double visions. Actually, double vision doesn't work like that. When you have hard time focusing, like we have a primary eye and a secondary eye actually. Like we use that one eye to start with the focus first, and then we see with that eye. The problem is when you have double visions, because your brain is so disoriented, you lost the ability to use that particular eye that you always use to focus. It kind of like got confused and don't know which eye to use to focus. That is actually one of the things that caused the double visions. And I always living with that without knowing that I have double visions. I just thought like I can't focus that well. I get distracted easily. In reality, is like I literally have double vision, and somehow I manage to function while having double visions. But you kind of can see that it's like I've been trying to live like a normal person with double vision for a very long time, so I kind of like my eyes has been a little bit more or less stressing out. It stressed it out so much. Here's the reason. I cannot read in my current conditions, even despite I'm saying that I'm a disabled, in reality, I'm not. I'm not a person that getting disabled benefit. I'm not a person that qualify for disabled benefit. Or any other support from disability. Because my conditions, the ear one, doesn't really count as disability. My blindness also doesn't count as disability. Curious, huh? Why that's a thing? Here's the thing. My eye, slowly going blind, is slowly going blind. It's not actually become blind. It's like I have a blind spot right now. Like my upper right visions for my right eye have like this black dot always there, and then my corner like right side of the vision having like some sort of like vignette, like you know, like darken a little bit. So, but I'm not fully blind yet. I still can see. It's not like in the middle of my vision, so I can't consider as blind. And then when the doctor checked my eye, there's nothing wrong with my eyeball. But what they notice is I've been stressing my eye out so much. Despite I'm just 29 right now, it's soon to be 30, but my eye, the wear and tear that happens to my eyes is so close to being like a person at their 80s. So my eye issues is not going blind. My eye issues is me getting freaking old. So even I went blind until I actually went full blind that I can't see with my right eye anymore, then I can consider being a disabled.
You found a letter when I have the opportunity.
Stupid system, huh? Same with my ears. Like the tanglement, like the blood vessel entangle with like your ear, like your ear nerve, depends on how it tangled up. It's like being like depends like on how your blood vessel tangle up with like the nerve system. I have it on both my ears actually. The doctor say I might have been born with it, so both of my ear are tangled up with my ear nerve. But the way they tangle up, it doesn't cause me to lose hearing. So I have no hearing loss. Despite they would call this situations that I'm in being disabled, because I still have a very sharp hearing, it's just I get disoriented very easily. It doesn't count that I'm a disabled person. So I'm stuck in a very stupid environment that is, I technically is a disabled person, but at the same time on paper I'm not. That is what the doctors say the worst case scenario, because I'm more or less, in a way people would say it, I'm not well enough to be normal, but also in the same time I'm not bad enough to be disabled. That is like the worst case scenario for me right now.
I hear you. Browse as long as you like, as you wish.
Yeah, this is why. Again, when people ask me, are you fine? I don't know. I kind of fine with living right now, but my situation is actually pretty shitty. But here's the thing, even I complain, there are people are worse situation than me. Like, you just look at Iron Mouse. Like, she literally have worse situation than me. She locked in the house. I'm also locked in my house. But my situation is, I'm dizzy. For her, it's like she had potential high fatality rate issues. For me, it's like, what is your issue? I'm dizzy. This is my only argument if I go to like disability centers and then try to register for disabled benefit. I cannot tell them that I'm the reason I come here to register a disability, apply for disability stuff, a benefit or anything, is because I'm dizzy. It doesn't work that way. Yours is more like what they call like some sort of like flash. It's like your eyes is now more light sensitive. You need a glasses for it. You might not have like a long sightness, short sightness, but you still need a glasses for your eyes, like for the light filtering stuff. Not the blue light filters. Do not get the blue light filters. It's pretty shitty. It doesn't really harm your eyes, the blue light. Like, it already told people it's just like some fancy word for people to buy a much more expensive glasses. But if you buy into that, it's sure, it's fine. Not just a neon light. If you look at general light directions, if there's a star, you need a glasses for that. You need to go to see an eye doctor for this. Or like prescription like glasses, like area, like they make like glasses, and then go to them, ask for your eyes to get checked. Yeah, that is the eye becomes sensitive to light thingy. You need glasses for that, else it's going to be very hard for you to drive. Trust me, I'm a guy who wearing glasses when he is 5, and my short sightness level around that time is like 500 in powers each eye. So I know my things. I've been wearing glasses ever since I was a kid. It kind of does, but also it doesn't really help out that well in general situations because it's going to get worse. If you don't have like a certain prescription glasses, so you might become a glasses guy. If you keep relying on like sunglasses and then only use it when you need to, like sad news to tell you is it's going to be much more difficult. That is a good thing. Get your eyes checked again. There's some things need to be updated. You have to tell them about that thing too, else they won't check that specific like thingy that happened to you. I'm not sure about your country. For my country, I can literally just go to like a shop that sell glasses. They will do a free service for you to check your eyes. Well, here's the thing when it comes to ADHD. You just need... it sounds easy, but actually it's still very hard, but it's still like good advice. You have to learn how to guide your arrow. That's the only way that can help you. That's the only advice that can help you. Lots of people get distracted easily because of ADHD stuff, but if you learn how to guide your arrow correctly, you can actually be very effectively in the same times while having ADHD. It sounds like bullshit. Definitely it is, but it actually works. so misdiagnosed. Yeah, I kind of pissed off about mine too, on the misdiagnosed part. Because here's the thing. Back in the days when my ear have issues, I don't know my ear have issues yet. I just know I have trouble sleeping. What they diagnosed me is I have mental issues. It's either A, I have like some very severe depressions, or I got like overwork burnout or burnout depressions. They give me a shit tons of med that doesn't really help me, because they notice one thing and they still refuse to accept that accept that maybe this guy is not depressed, because the way they interview me, like you have to interview a guy that have like you know, like his brain got issues, so we have to like interview him and talk about stuff, this and that, other stuff. Like the first thing they always, like after the interview, they will always tell me this thing: wow, you are a very self-aware person. If you have like this depression, you are the most self-aware depressing people in the world. And I'll be like, maybe I don't have. Can you think of that? Like, man. Like even nowadays, they still like, sometimes I go to like the hospital again, they still concerned that I have mental issues. Because my issues, like I say, is not really it's a very weird issues. So they still think you know, like those kind of people, like they think they always are sick, or like they always have like some issues, so they can't function like a normal people. Like it's like a grand excuse to be like, you know, like lazy, or just like try to get like a free disability benefit. They always have that gaze at me, because like the record, they will, because I'm going to public hospital, so every single time I seen different doctors. So every single time I see a different doctors, they open a case file, and then they see like the first ever case file I got is this guy have mental issues. And they will always ingrain that maybe this guy have mental issues. It's mental issue that got him like this. So it's really hard to communicate with them sometimes. Yeah, I'm the most cheerful, depressing person in the world that ever like find. Yeah, should open up my brains and then like have a little bit of like you know, do some science experiment on me. Do I increase the magnitude? Oh. Support more bleeding? It already started bleeding, so... Yeah, it's weird, especially when like doctors that are not specialized on this kind of things, and they suddenly diagnose you to have that. That is the weirdest one. It's like, you shouldn't do that. No. Bad doctors use a spray. Yeah, I think it's also because of the first doctors, they play that way, so now my issues become like a really hard to... Every single time I go to the hospital, I really want to like switch hospital, but I am again in a public hospital, so I can't be picky. Ooh, did that guy just explode? Molly. first time. Yeah, we have a lot of specialists in our place too. And best thing is healthcare is free in Malaysia. Thankfully. Well, public hospital. The problem is they are not very good at the job, sometimes. Because everyone go to them, they become a little bit desensitized, to be honest. One thing is, because I don't work, I really don't pay taxes. Because even I try to earn with, even I try my best to earn, yeah, again, even I try my best to earn enough for me to survive, I never earn past 2,000 ringgit. You need to earn past 2,000 ringgit to be able to start filing for like taxes and stuff. So in a way, I almost never found, I never got a chance to file taxes. Here's the thing, I really wish that I actually get to file taxes, because it means I'm earning more than I need. Here's the thing, I've been able to survive with just 200 ringgit. If you kind of like think about like euro, it's like times 4.8. Like 1 euro is basically like 4.8 ringgit. So I've been surviving like it with like a very minimum amount of money here. So if I earn 2,000, I can do a lot of stuff. So nowadays I've been talking about like my condition a lot more, and also use this thing to try to like get donation from that too. I know it sounds a bit scummy using your like disability to like trying to get money from people, and even now I still feel like that. I actually made a few videos for like talking about my conditions and explain like what kind of condition this could do to people, and if they want to support, they can decide to support me. But again, also in the same times, I feel like something's wrong here. I always feels like I always feels like I'm taking advantage of some things that I should not.
I'm not ready.
Seriously, I'm not kidding. It always makes me feel that way. Like, in what right I get like free donation money? Yeah, but I also learned that because like when my eyes start going blind, this is where I learned pride doesn't do jack shit. Because I used to be pride that I can, you know, control myself very well. I can kind of like find a way to live, no matter how. But now, with my issues, I'd be like, you know, fuck that shit. Away with pride. Just take advantage. But still, because like I used to be like that, now I'm trying to take advantage of my conditions. It becomes a little bit, you know, it becomes a little bit weird still. I still have moral reasons that I think like, should I do it or should I not do it? Because again, there are a lot more people with disability that is worse than me, and some people literally cannot get out of the house or like get sneeze, else they die. And here I am in internet, and somehow I get money from it if I just keep talking about it. Oops. Ooh, this thing eats up a lot of mana. Yeah, I need a good armored. This armor is not that great. It does increase my damage, but it doesn't really protect me because it reduces my health too. Yeah, you can't really eat that. This is why that is the same fucking things that my friends told me too. It's like fuck pride.
I hear you.
Like even people are doing like doing the boo fucking who, but on the opposite way. Like boo fucking who, you are dizzy, you want free money. They told me like don't give a shit about those guys.
I hear you. Take your time.
You know what? That guy is my friend is kind of right
A deal is
in
made.
some sense, because at the end, like if you are like begging out the street, it's like if my situation currently I'm still fine, but I will end up in a day that I will be on the street like begging for food scrap. What happened if that happens? So it's going to happen anyway. Why don't I just like take the L and then just try to take advantage now? Yeah, that's what he told me. I should take advantage of my issues. Even though it doesn't, like in some situation, it doesn't sound like an issue, but at the end it is. No matter how I twist the way, it is. Like, do you have issues working? Yes, I do have. Do you have problems with with your current situation? Yes, I do have. Then just take advantage of that. But I also don't want to become the guys that every single time like people start talking, I have some issues, I want to do that. But I really need to learn how to control that. I don't want to use my condition as like excused. At least I don't want to reach that level. So I have to learn how to like control the way I talk about this kind of things. Long as it doesn't like go out of control, then it's fine. I can keep like saying that I have issues. Yeah, that's what I'm doing now. So this is why like I've been very nonchalantly like just talk about conditions nowadays. I used to still quite nonchalantly like talk about my issues. It's just that nowadays I've become more bold. Hey, if you want to support me, you can support me. I literally have a link for that. Like things like that.
I need more time. I can't yet. Need mana.
Isn't your place the part that, you know, you can just pick up like plastic bottle, just put it in the machine and you get some, at least a small amount of money from that? Or is the other part of the place that I didn't know? Ooh. Oh man, I'm not dealing a lot of damage at all. Yeah, people keep using that, like, oh, you can get free money from just picking up bottom. And I was like, huh?
I shape my own fate.
Well, you do get a few cents, but, you know. Yeah, it's just, it's basically, in a way, from what I can see, it's just the government use the taxes to enforce good behavior, but still at the end, it's your money. Yeah, if that's the case, again, like, what I can see, from what I can see, in my perspective, why don't we just return back to the days that we just use glass bottle? We can use a similar system, like how, like, you can do, like, return thingy. It still works. And, honestly, it kind of even better, isn't it? Yeah, the weight is the issues, but we can kind of like change it that we don't have to transport it into like a big ass stations, but we can have like small stations around like lots of places.
Out of mana.
So instead of like relying on like a lot of like, you know, big stations and then have to like transport them like far away and then waste the fossil fuel, this and that, yeah, that stuff. Having a small station in lots of places, it does help. And it gives people work to do too, like doing the overseas and stuff. And you can recycle it much more easily.
I can't hit.
I know it's just wishful thinking, but again, I used to be an engineer, so I love to think this kind of things too. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Ooh, I survived! I survived!
Face me.
Whee! I can do it too. Run! Run like a bitch! Ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah, the thing is, if it's like the glass bottle initiative, it usually is the government things, right? Like, this thing is something that government are the one that need to enforce it. Make it like a thing.
I'm not ready.
I know it's still like, sounds like a children's dream, but people can dream. Ooh. 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 Boom! Ah! Ah! Oh, I died. Yeah, that's a part is a little bit suckish. That is like... This thing is like some things that very easily to be done, to be honest, in some sense. Of course, anything have logistic issues when you come to think about it, but it is some things that is doable. It's too bad not a lot of people want to see it that way.
I can't yet. Gruesome creature.
Well, as long as it saves them money, they will always do like the scummiest thing in the world. I understand that part.
I need more time.
Like, why waste extra money when things is still working? This is like why I quit engineering too, is because engineering has this like stupid philosophy that is like, if things work, don't touch it. And a lot of company, like, they basically are using that philosophy as like their basic motto to run a standard company. And then it's basically their standard model. So if things works, don't change it until the government tells it doesn't work anymore, then you change it. And going through that process, heck, it's going to take ages, sometimes even like a few generations to be able to actually like take actions. Like, why can't people be a little bit more effective? I think it's just like people in generally is just dumb. Like, here's the thing, like, people generally is dumb in this case.
I can't yet. No mana.
Doesn't matter. I keep dying before I reach the stage. I'm not sure my build is doing well or not, or I'm just doing the world's most stupidest things.
I'm not ready.
Yeah, quite a lot of things is actually quite stupid if you think about it. Like, if you have the foresight for it, a lot of things shouldn't happen. And it's happening.
Feel my wrath. I can't yet.
You know, as a person in Asia, as a person who lived in Asia, I think like the, you know, like the rampant like identity politic that run on the Western side. I'm not sure Europe have the same issues too. It's especially on the like the American side. It's a little bit stupid. Even my friends who is like, I have gay and like lesbian friends. They are very touch grass people, so they don't know what is happening in the Western side at all. There's a lot of people. Here's the thing, like, there's a lot of people in the world that they don't give a shit about like outside world aside from like what they were in. So when I learned that, oh, you're lesbian, let me tell you something, what is happening around the world, and then every single one have this reaction like, this is stupid, that is stupid, this is stupid. Like I have like two things. Like I have a gay friend that back in the days I don't know he's gay. For me, I literally view him as like the most manliest man model that like basically the most manliest man you can ever see. Also, maybe it's also because of that he's gay. But basically, like you kind of like think like the pinnacle of man, like he are very like you know, like those kind of like dandy kind of looking, and then like he's very neat, those kind of things, and then like later on I being friends with him for quite a while, and then I learned that he's actually a gay person, and then like yeah, and then I was like, oh, you're gay? Why do you say so? You never asked. Like, here's the thing, like, people don't really go around broadcast they're gay. They might be look like the most normal person in the world. You just didn't know until you know it, you know? And you don't even have to ask, they're not embarrassed about it. It's not like they're hiding it too. And that particular friend of mine, he actually, I think he's always, I always think like the way he said the things is already right a long ass time ago. Now it's like showing it, because it was like some conversation we had 5 years ago. Yes, literally 5 years ago. He stopped using social media, like Twitter and other stuff. Like the max, like the closest social media things he used is YouTube, and barely YouTube actually, just Instagram. And Instagram is actually quite like centric on the Asia's market too. Of course, like, other people use it too. But again, like he actually back in the days he used Twitter, and then he looked like how stupid most of the things is, because he's a gay person. Like sometimes he got dragged into like some conversation about like those like LGBT stuff. He actually really hates those things. Like what he understands is what he told me is, when you actually, like, you willing to choose same-sex relationship, always generally or almost guarantee is because you just happens to like that person's. It's like romantic reason you become gay. It's not because you have confused, like spend a long time and then you just like open up to people and then have fight with it, and then like, you know, like those kind of like general drama that happen. The gay that you see like in the social media has been dramatified so much, people do not understand what gay means anymore. Like those gay and lesbian relationship means anymore. Because like most of the things that happens around the world when it comes to like gay relationship is because like it's a bit cheesy, but it's you actually love that person. It's like you gay for that person or you lesbian for that person. Like those kind of like things happens to them. That is what they told. That's what he told me about that. That is the main point. And then look at how the internet around that time, even that is like literally 5 years ago. So things has been like all this like woke stuff like happened a long time ago, not just like, you know, like it's a sudden thing become like in this years. It's like he really hate those kind of stuff to the point that he just roll his eye and then like not touching anything about you know, on like the LGBT stuff anymore. He just like live his own life with his boyfriend, just then done. Yeah, it's just like his word actually like opened up lots of things to me. And then like just recently, I also like I hang out with like one of my old acquaintance friends, because I always like sees them like in like not recently, I mean like few months ago, it's like they always like I watch like on the Instagram social stuff, they always like hang out with each other. I actually didn't know they were together. I just thought like, oh, they're just like a pair of good sisters that hang out every single time, you know. And then like we went on have like a hangout time, like, you know, like find some place, sit down, drink some tea or something. They know I don't drink, so we just hang out because like they were in town. And yeah, and then like, oh, you're lesbians. I think it become like a thing that I just like, oh, you don't touch social media, let me tell you of this thing happening in the internet. I become like an asshole, to be honest. Like, hey, what's your opinion about this kind of thing? I like, now thinking about it, I shouldn't do that. But again, I do want to see like that opinion about this things too. You know, like it become like a very like out of control stuff. I do need some like some sensible persons that do touch grass, that don't rot in the internet. Tell them about this and then show them some things and then see how they feel about it. I show them some few like game, like especially like the Vogue stuff like happening in the gaming video. Like usually I show it to my friends, like especially when it comes to game stuff. For some reason that there's a lot of like weird woke stuff like happening in game, so I show it to them, and especially the Dragon Age clip, like, you know, like that infamous characters like in Dragon Age, like they have the biggest reaction on that thing. Is like, in the most normal girl standpoint, that's what they say. What a, like, this is like what they say. What a condescending bitch this is. Like, that is the first reaction. They both say it at the same time. Like, to be honest, if you look at the Dragon Age characters, like that, like infamous characters, I forgot her name. Yeah, like things like that happens. They also actually quite pissed off too when it comes to this, because like the dramatization from the woke, because the woke, it makes like lesbian or like gay or other stuff or bi or like stuff become like really dramatic. Like, she thinks is because of this. One of them. Because here's the thing, like they, like the one of them actually have a big fight with the family and then moved out that way. So that she doesn't really have that much resentment to the family, but still, again, like this kind of like issue, when she look at this, it actually legitimately pissed her off. That is how people portray like people like want to be a bi or a lesbian or this and that yada stuff like that way. And then the behavior of the characters is like what they say, hypocritical. Because here's the thing, like there's like a scene for that Kunari talk to a necromancer. The necromancer refused to be called a death mage. He have some other terms to call himself, but the Kunari keep insisting people that keep calling her they, and then keep insisting calling him death mage. Just that part alone, that is like the moment it triggered them, and then say like what a condescending bitch she is. I say, yeah, this is like the most hated character in the game. They say like, no wonder, because she behaved like a bitch. I'm not sure about that, but well, girls say that. I'm just saying what they say. Like, yeah, it's like it like basically like what she says is like she takes, like the character for some reason takes every single word as offense for some reasons. It's like so like it's so, the way they wrote that character is so dang annoying that it's comical. It's like, what do you imagine a person who get triggered easily? Yeah, that person's. And then somehow that person have like gender identity politics stuff. Yeah. Sad time, sad time. So, this also makes one thing. People in Asia don't give a shit about this kind of things. They live their life. Done.
I pray I'm not too late.
That's the main point, actually. People in the internet should touch some grass, to be honest. Those two people are, like, not two people, 4 people, actually. Technically 3 people. They were the people who basically is also like on the LGBT side, but they are not LGBTs, or more like just lesbian and gay persons. So I don't think they can like say for all people, but still at the end, they are the most touch grass persons in the world because they don't really touch social media, which is a good thing, to be honest. And they don't give a shit about all this thing. Like, this is what they basically say, like, in, like, Chinese idiom, is basically, like, why lose your hair for this? Just live your life. Like, yes, asshole exists. Maybe some people start activists because, like, their environment have asshole in their like environment, but doesn't mean everyone is an asshole. There are people who don't give a shit about this kind of stuff, and then you make it like shove it in their face, then it becomes their business. And this is generally what's happening right now.
I'm not ready.
Yeah, that's the saddest part, is because they're trying to like push, like how like the gaming industry trying to push this kind of stuff, and then you know like how many people are losing job because like of this kind of things. I do feel bad for it, because there are a lot of normal people trying to do like game development stuff, and then like this kind of stuff happen, like force their hand to do this kind of things, and now lots of people losing job because of that. Do feel kind of sucks.
I need more time.
Yeah, but I do say so, if like people have to fight for this stuff. My advice, like from what I heard from all my friends, I give myself a conclusion, despite I'm not really like a gay person, so I'm not sure I'm correct or wrong about this kind of things. So just take it with a grain of salt. When it comes to this kind of things, don't be like politically like identity issues. When it comes to like lesbian, gay, or like bi, it really main things is like comes to one point, is that person you happens to like is that person. Be a little bit much more romantic about those kind of things. Not about like, you know, because it's the right thing to do, something like that, or like oh, you're discriminating, this and that, yeah, that stuff. Like, stop being a prick about those kind of people. Like, it's never about those things. I think the true point is actually is like it's similar things. Like if even like a straight person, even for a straight person that have like a straight relationship, have a girlfriend, like I have a girlfriend or I have a boyfriend. Here's the thing, I definitely have a preference. Even in some day and some life, if I got myself a girlfriend, I definitely have a preference, and I know she have a preference too. And I might not be like the dream guy she wants, or she might not be the dream girls I want. But here's the thing, despite all those preference, we've been chosen because we select each other as an exceptions. Same with like a lot of other people who have like gay relationship or lesbian relationship. Some people might be gay at first, and then, you know, like some things happen, didn't work out, and then they found another person, and then it happens to be a girl. And then they just, and then suddenly they combine now because of that. It's just that very special occasions, that person they love just happens to be a dude. It's similar, it's basically love 101. They like, I feel like, personally, I do feel like those woke stuff, they really gone a little bit off script. It's like, you know, like those kind of things, like you've been fighting for so long, you forgot what you were fighting for. And the meaning of what you're fighting for is already gone a long, long time ago. That is my personal opinion.
I need more time.
Ooh.
Wow.
I really love this slime. It's basically like, oh, broke your ammo. I'm a guy with a gun. I can shoot it from safe distance, and then I'll be like, well, technically, the class I'm playing is a warrior. But I'm a warrior with a gun. I'm not talking about armor. Alright, go grab your water and some things.
I need more time. I can't yet. I'm not ready. No mana.
Keep running out of mana. Yeah, this build is actually very mana hungry. Should I keep my explosions?
I need more time.
Yeah, if the main point is to break the armor, I think I do need to switch a little bit.
I'm not ready.
I need to keep my stuff, like the bleeding might need to switch back to armor explosions, but only when I can use the fork skill. Because I need to chain this to like lots of people, the main point is not to deal damage, is to break the armor and then use the slime. Slime still might not be like the best choice, to be honest. Boom.
Out of mana.
Am I just like by default like using rage? If it is, I think I might need more things that generate the rage. Steel plate. Let's see, anything better than what I have? Nope. Whee!
I can't yet. I can't yet. I need more time.
Too much poison! Good thing is my character is like very tanky. I can do this kind of like stupid play. I might have to switch to being able to use my health for casting spell. And then I need leech. Leech or being able to recoup the health
I'm
damage.
not ready.
Boom!
I can't yet.
Boom! Obligated. Bleeding. Am I actually doing it? I'm not sure. Die. Boom. Rupture. Support aggregated bleeding on hitting a heavy stun enemy. Oh, I have to hit a heavy stun enemy. Which is not something that I can easily dodge. I might have to change. I might have to change Fist of War to more stun power. .5 second to total attack time. So if I remove this thing, the time is oh, it's fixed, so it's always this amount of attack. So it's always 1 second. Having this martial tempo is completely useless. So martial tempo is useless on this one. It means I can move this back. I don't need chain. Do I do this? No, just keep the martial tempo in. This, then deep cut. Wait, I don't really need deep cut. I can bleed people quite easily, so Just going back to armor explosions. Wait a minute, where's my armor explosions? M-O-U-R. Dang, my spelling. Splinter, exploit weakness. Armor explosions. I do get a skill gem. Let's take a look. Can I level up any skill I have? Rapid shot. Should I level you up? Huh. I don't even use the gas grenade anymore at this point. Inferno Cry, Warcry speed. But does increase the mana use. Rolling Slime, Earthquake.
Earthquake creates jagged ground that slows it.
Okay, Earthquake and okay, exploit weakness. Gonna take one of this. Bursting plate, no. This means stability, fiery deft, and then fire infusions. I'm going to take this, put this on earthquake, and weakness exploit. Stash. As it built up. Oh, I finish up this thing. Let's hope this thing works, else it's going to be very bad. And then a leaping slam. Let's see. What can leaping slam help or add it in? Well, tremors kind of work. Discombobulate. Support attack cost days. Or we can just have overpowered. 50% more stun build up. But having more aftershock does mean I get more stun, right? Yeah, I might also have to like add this tree down here to get this 50% more swapping speed. Well, technically it's 90% if I want to like, add more, but I think this thing is enough. And we discussed it now. Yeah, I actually have it, but yeah, we shouldn't do that. We shouldn't do that. Let's see how well this build gets. Whee! Boom. Whee! Immediately get an uncut skill gem. Good, good, good. Is for my Warcry. Do I really need to increase the damage of my Warcry? Or just increase the damage of this thing? Also Earthquake. Alright, let's do this again. Break all the armored. Warcry. Do this. Boom. Break all armor again. Boom! Ooh! Ooh! This is good. Hey, welcome back, Diddy! Actually, isn't your time quite match up with Take times right now? Do you often watch Take? Yeah, too bad when he actually stream most of the time, like around my time. It's like 2 a.m. so I can't do anything. Yeah, good for you, you can watch him. For me, I can't anymore, sadly.
I need more time.
But if you guys do notice, I've been streaming up late at night lately.
I'm not ready.
I've been streaming is just on morning time. My morning time may be like if it's like negative hours, it's like middle of the night for you. I've been trying to stream more at my nighttime, but my nighttime also like on like around fixed times too. I've been trying to stream around those times. The reason is I do want more on the western side of the audience since I speak English. That's the thing, because like here's the thing. Sad things about like Malaysia VTuber. Malaysia being a VTuber is really difficult because people who watch VTuber already are watching VTuber. Which kind of VTuber? Well, simple. All the big VTuber like HoloLive, VShojo, those kind of things. Malaysians actually don't watch those kind of things. Why we suddenly watch like a lot of like Malaysia VTuber? No. Why Malaysians suddenly start watching like a lot of VTuber is because like around the time the lockdown, people who don't really use a lot of internet, they start using internet. And you know, it become like a thing, and then start watching like VShojo or like HoloLive. So even they are now interesting in VTubing, they will and forever will always watch corporate VTuber. There is no other options for them. So while many other Asia countries like Thailand will watch like Thailand VTuber, Philippines will watch Philippine VTuber, Indonesia will watch Indonesia VTuber, Malaysia, they do not watch VTuber, like our own country VTuber. Generally, they would choose to watch corporate VTuber more than like you know, the local one. So if I try to stream, like try to match up with my own local time, yeah, lots of Malaysians do watch like Indonesia VTuber too. That is like one of the reasons Malaysia VTuber never really get much of a scene on that way. This is why I'm targeting personally, aiming for like the western side of the audience. Even now, most people who watch me is either like on the US side or like on the Europe side. This is why like around sometimes I decided to start streaming in the morning, because it's basically nighttime on the American side, my morning. So would get a lot more people watching me. It's basically a 10 for that. Actually, here's the thing. Yago actually talks about this. He might consider opening up a branch in Malaysia. For some reasons. I have no idea why. But even it is, it's still at the end, the female VTuber, not actually the male, so again, like, I don't have anything about that part, sadly.
I can't yet.
Oh no. This guy's is the worst matchup. He basically, I need to stand close to him. Oh, somehow I win. Oh, somehow I win. I don't know how, but I win.
I need more time.
Yeah, if you start an agency on your own, just remember to call me. But here's the thing, when you do like overseas stuff, that's a lot of agency. They only deal with their own country. The reason for it is because the tax stuff is really hard to deal with when it comes to like overseas. This is why Niji-sanji, like on the Japan branch, they don't have any issues. But when it comes to like outside, like on the English side, they always have a shit tons of issues. It's because of A, on the tech side, and B, on the culture side. And also, it depends on what kind of like deal you want to go with too. Here's the thing, I personally have like a very big insight of how an agency works, but also in the same time, it's really difficult. Because here's the thing, no matter how much, like you can go 3-way for, like if you want to go for a VTuber agency, there's 3-way to do a VTuber agency. One, you have a very famous to carry out the entire agency, and then later on you can branch out to like increase your brand, your kind of like brand stuff. People come here to watch that agency, not just for that particular VTuber, but originally there's still like you can see like the example on Vshoujo. Vshoujo practically are being carried by Iron Mouse. The entire thing is being carried by Iron Mouse. As for Hololive, they go for like the brand style. So people come here to watch Hololive. Yes, individual like Hololive member do have their own fan, but it's like 40% of the people who watch them is their fan, but also same time like 90% who watch the Hololive member are kind of like you know, are kind of like, yeah, basically they came to watch Hololive itself. Everyone from Hololive, like that is like carried by the brand. So you can choose to carry by individual or choose to carry by brand. It really depends on how an agency would like choose like what kind of path they want to be in. And then another thing to be careful about is, even you have a carry, you need to learn one thing the most is how to earn money, how to like deal with the money issues thing. Because like at the end, like it's still a business. So when it comes to business stuff, it's like generally not just like if you stream in YouTube or anything, like the cheer, the super chat, the subscribe, the money subscribe or the membership fee, those kind of things, you might earn money from that, but you cannot rely on that. In a sense, generally how agency actually earn money is the world's most headache way. That one, my friend, you have to need like a guy or like you personally are very adept at it. That is called merchandising. Because no matter how great you have like a VTuber that help you carry out everything on the front line, if the merchandising doesn't sell so well, you aren't going to get enough capital for any other things. And doing merchandising is the world's most headache stuff. Why? Is because not all places you can get like the stock or like the transportations, this and that, yada stuff. The logistic stuff is complete nightmare. You kind of think of it. Yeah, the thing is, like, happens in local is fine, but when it comes to overseas, it's even worse. Simply not a lot of people are aware of this thing. Shipping fee costs a lot of money.
I need more time.
And impatient people exist. This is why when you take a look, like, just try to like search a bit about how like currently right now, even right now, there's like a very big issues when it comes to merchandising for a lot of VTuber. Even VShojo are encountering such issues. It's because I forgot like why it happens. Basically, like one company unable to fulfill the issues, and then another company decided to help out. But because that company decided to help out, they realized there's so many logistic issues. They just the pure call, like service call alone, waste so much of their time. Oh, you know the issues. Like the bow thingy, like this and that, yeah. A lot of like pure nightmare when I look at it. I was like, I'm a person who doesn't really know a lot of business stuff. Even I look at it, I was like, this is a pure nightmare. Yeah, vendor doesn't last forever, so you always need to be like a lot of contingency plan, this and that, and stuff. And there's always like a lot of things. And also like depends on the merchandise you want. Sometimes some people want cup, some people want like food related stuff. Food is the hardest. Do not try food. Food related stuff, and like some just like plushie, some is for clothes, some is for accessory. Yeah, those kind of things like always have to like be careful about it. And that's all I can add into it.
I need more time. Meat creature.
Yeah, if you understand what you're doing, it's a good thing. If you really want to do things like this. But yeah.
Feel my wrath.
And also when it comes to like VTuber agency, you really have to have like directions too, aside from merchandising. Merchandising is like one of the bread and butter that you need for keeping your like entire company survived. But also there's be like a lot of things. Train to be CEO. Wow, is it like you have a family business to actually take care of? You should be able to take care of, but you decided to be a nah. If it's just study is not enough, you know. Ooh. those kind of stuff does happens. It's actually funny, I know lots of like business stuff, despite I've never really studied those kind of things. Personally, it's weird because like in the Malaysian sense, we know everything, but we're not expert at everything. But we know surface level enough that if we like, in case of emergency, we can actually handle ourselves. That is Malaysians. If you manage to hire like a few Malaysians to do a lot of stuff, they can literally do a lot of stuff. We literally invented something called a marketing salesman. Or sales marketing. Depends on which phrase you are started with. It's really stupid in a sense. You kind of like realize it. It's because like sales is to sell you stuff. Marketing is to just make things pretty enough. To let people know about your product. Sales is to let people understand your product. Both are very different idea and stuff, and we somehow managed to make it like a thing. I do find it funny, like Malaysian have this culture that we basically just one guy do every job. And then you realize that admin actually is doing a lot of job that is like supposed to be accountant to work. A lot of people are still like, even now my brother owns a company and he's still confused sometimes like what an admin does and what an accountant does. And then what an accountant admin does and what an accountant assistant does. It's really hella confusing, to be honest, for people who doesn't really like know this kind of stuff. Yeah, it's a very confusing thing, but in what your eye see, what does admin does? Paperwork. And when you do paperwork, there's lots of things when it comes to the financial stuff. It's like your like receipt, this and that, you get this stuff. They are the, you would think like they are the one who like file those stuff. But no, they are not the one that file those stuff. They are the one that arrange those stuff and then hand it to the accountant, and they are the one doing it. And if the accountant have an assistant, you hand it to the accountant assistant, let them do the further like filing, like data entry, and then finish the data entry. They hand it to the accountant do the accountant stuff. A confusing bunch of like systems.
Face me! I'm not ready.
Yes, but Malaysia will admin in a very different way. There's accountant admin, there's admin accountants. Again, like, I don't know why we decided to do this. Like, the first word you say is like you're doing multiple jobs. The first word you say, you are the one that specializes at that thing. And sometimes you barely do those kind of things. And you kind of like function like a lot of admin, they kind of function like a PA, but a PA for the entire company. It's a weird way to see it, but it is how it is. Like basically like how Malaysians view the job. This is why Malaysians are very overworked, especially the people who are like doing admin jobs. Because they are doing a lot of things at the same time. This is why I say like Malaysians overwork. A lot of Malaysians is basically when they do their job, they are so confused to the point they do not know what their own job responsibility is. Because yes, on paper when you study your degree and stuff, they taught you what your job scenario is. But when you actually get into a organization, a company, and then they're like, all right, now you do this and that, but isn't this not my job? No, now it's your job now. This is a scenario that happens in Malaysia almost every single company. It's not like they're black company or stuff. It's just Malaysian, just generally a lot of people are doing like entrepreneurship, so there's just so many companies. When it comes to like, because it's a small business, they can't really like hire every specialist they can, so they become like small company that one admin does a lot of stuff. Well, technically we're closing to become one, but still, it always get barred and never really become one is generally because of that. We have a very confusing ass systems. Of course, like they are company are doing great and have a much more organized system, but when it comes to small company, it always a guy doing everything. Heck, even the CEO or like the company managers or basically just like the head boss are also doing so many things that a boss shouldn't do. Like doing the payment, doing this and that, yeah, stuff. It's basically the structure system is always broken when it comes to like small company. You can't really go, unless you really go to medium size, you can't really have like a solid structures. It's like making like, it's like asking you to make a game, but you don't have enough money to hire a graphic designer. So you telling like the guy who doing the 3D modeling, you know how to draw, right? Alright, you are also the graphic designer or the concept designer. Or maybe like, oh, the game is programmer, but they learn how to do 3D programming, and then, oh, you know how to build like leveling environment, you are our level designer in the first place. Oh, you know, now you also do level designing like environment, like environment stuff. It's a thing. It's basically, it's like a, it's not like not disorganized, it's just like when it comes to this kind of stuff, shit happens. Oh, you won't, because here's the thing, Malaysian also have motto, you only work enough and that's your job. So a lot of Malaysians don't have the ability to go far and beyond. Some do, idiot. But idiot usually aren't like this, like I say, like that idiot, not really the smartest one in the you know, not the sharpest tool in the shed. But when it comes to passionate people, they actually does work over beyond that limit. But at the end, like, it's a very, again, like, economy in Malaysia is very weird. It works and not works at the same time. Like, you kind of like, if you are like an expert when it comes to this kind of stuff, when you look at how Malaysian functions, you'll be like, this thing shouldn't, the entire economy itself should not work, and then somehow it works. Like, they don't know how it happens. It's because, like, here's the thing, like, when it comes to like government system and how a company is run, is they kind of like stick in hand to hand. They help out each other. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. So it kind of like become like a very like weird type of things. Like, we get support, and like it's because it's so messy we get support, but also because of that support we kind of like makes things work because of that way. It's really hard to say. It's because like Malaysian culture have like a very weird systems that is really hard to navigate. The best worker you can have, like if you really want to hire someone from Malaysia, or like you want to start a job, like a company in Malaysia, you very best you need to learn is to know people. What kind of people you have to know is the people from the gray zone. I think that is like the general 101 for business, but in Malaysia is the gosh dang most important thing in the world. And the gray zone is so hard to navigate in Malaysia. It's going to confuse the shit out of you. Ooh, colossal. Oh, this is the first time. Wow, this thing just keep popping. Okay, if I do this. No. That's weird. Why there's like so many multiple slam that way? Curious. Yeah, so I need to go to this tree. Get the yelling, aggravate the bleeding. I want to play the bleed and fire build. Basically, I burn the shit out of people and then like bleed the shit out of them. In logic, it doesn't work. It's because like you burn the shit out of them. You basically cauterize the bleeding, but somehow it works in the air, hand to hand. Yeah, I think also here's the thing, like, because I never worked before in my life, I also have maybe a small misconceptions or maybe a very big misconception about like working culture in Malaysia too. But most of my understanding is from all my friends like complaining about their own work. And I died. Gosh dang it. No, I don't want to keep stuck in here. I'm gonna run.
I'm not ready.
You're going to be those kind of like CEO that have like tired panda eyes, if you want to say it. If you say that in Malaysia. It's a thing. My brother is like that.
Crush them.
Basically, eye bag from the lack of sleep. Because here's the thing, I can repeat this again. In Malaysia, we have a lot of people who is not the sharpest tool in the shed.
I need more time.
Heck, I think even I am not the sharpest tool in the shed when it comes to working. Did you remember when I say like there were all, even when you kind of like having a holiday and try to like take a break, and then you will always receive a phone call about how to deal with like small little tasks. The confidence level in Malaysia is actually so low to the point. Like the self-confidence level are so low that a lot of people in Malaysia, they don't really have any autonomy. And I'm not kidding about that. They really don't have any autonomy. Sometimes you might get a phone call and then they ask you the stupid shit and then you will angry and scold them. No matter, because the next day they will do the same shit again. Oh no, the amount of training can't really help sometimes. Ooh, Superior Colossus, the Life Blast. Like sometimes they have the right attitude, but they again like they will always like not really sure about everything. They can do it if you somehow force them to kind of like do it on their own. They can handle themselves. But the moment, yes, the moment there's like a much more a person either smarter or higher rank than you will become that person, like any person in that case, they would become super dependent on them. Like, I am also a very capable person, but if I ever see another person more capable than me, maybe just 1%, I would become completely rely on that person on decision making and every single possible little thing. And that is generally how the entire Malaysian mentality works. Because everyone are so afraid to screw up. Nobody will dare to take a risk.
I'm not ready.
That is like Malaysian small company working scene. Because like the general thing when it comes to like similar sense when it comes to like government work, right? They do not want to do the big decisions thinking or big decisions like choice when they have to do something. They will always go for the higher up and reconfirm even though they know what to do. They will always reconfirm with everything. Like, yes, it's a good attitude but always go through, like, especially like when it comes to decisions, you always need to go through like your higher up, so it's like you have like a certain hierarchy discipline. But for Malaysians, they literally are for everything, not just 1-2 things, everything, every little small little things, like where can I put the pen on the left side, can I use my own monitors, can I use my WhatsApp, can I use this, can I use that, can I do this, can I do that. Almost every single little thing they will ask for it.
I'm not ready.
Yes, it is. Oh, you spot the issues.
Destruction.
And that's another thing too. Malaysian also have like a lot of like racial issues. Actually, it's not really racial issues. It's more like I always say this. It's like a little bit controversial saying this, but Malaysia is kind of racist in general. We're racist to ourselves. We're racist to our own race. We kind of.
I need more time.
And how should I say, we stereotype to the point on our own self, like even to our own self, that it become like a normal thing. And generally I won't really call Malaysian are racist. It's more like Malaysian are not racist. It's like something called something generally we call a religion system. This is why Malaysian we can racist of our own race, because it's like Malaysian Chinese, just going to say the Chinese part, Malaysian Chinese have two different group. One is Christian group and one is Buddhist group. So you can kind of like think like people would like have argued with each other when it comes to like religious stuff, right? And then they are also, aside from Buddhist group, they are also Taoisms then, and they're also like people who like maybe Taoism is like really rare, but there's also like religion from the Japan one, the Shinto religions. Is it called Shinto religions? I forgot.
Out of mana.
It's basically something similar to that. Yeah, it's a completely different thing from like normal Buddhisms. So yeah, it's a very hard subject when it comes to like religions in Malaysia, because just on the Chinese side, we already have so many like subgroup exist. And then there's like the different race, like the Hinduism and the Hindu Christians and the Muslim, and technically Muslim is just Muslim. You won't see any people is Malay that is like different things, and then like Kadazans, and then there's like the native. Yes, Malaysia has so many races. And somehow we stand into our own stereotype almost true to our bone. And I'm not kidding about the stereotype true to our bone. We kind of do that. Just try to think like Malaysians, yes, majority is Malay, but we have so many subgroup of minorities. It's actually so hard to like even like think about. There's native, even from the native side, we kind of like have 3 to 4 kinds of different kind of native. It's like in a sense like the most advanced modern tribalism you can ever find. Yeah, you can definitely say like this one thing, like Malaysia, try to work it there, is unless you are like some sort of like guy who loves to take challenge as a HR, it's the worst nightmare of like a place for HR to be in. And again, Malaysia is a Muslim country, so it become like even difficult to work with. It's because like you do have to follow Muslim law. And yeah, it's sometimes a little bit. Personally, even I am in Malaysia, and I live in Malaysia, and I am a Malaysian, but I'm Malaysian Chinese. So my understanding on Muslim law is, especially like on the business side of Muslim law, I got zero idea. Seriously, I got zero idea how to deal with this. Again, tribalism thing. So it's like Chinese usually like stay in like Chinese circle, and like Malay stay in Malay circle, like Indian stay in Indian circle sometimes. Like those kind of things does happen, and also like, ooh, finally, I've been waiting for you to exist, and finally I can bonk the shit out of you. I don't even know how they manage to slip it in. Like I have like this kind of things like block. They somehow find a way. Oh, you at least have something called 25%. Malay is like 65 above percentage, and then the rest of the thing, I think the highest one is Chinese, would be like around on the 8% side, and then the rest is like 2, 3, 5% mixed together all together.
Destruction!
Yeah, and the worst thing is like we all like all the race, like there will be race that kind of like they kind of have a little bit similarity stuff like running on, but in Malaysia's is we are completely 100% different. Now I got a big question when it comes to I'm playing this game. How the heck I'm making a freaking bone golem bleeding? I have a bleeding stat on him. And how?
I'm not ready.
And man, this is a long fight. And I die. Gosh dang.
You are relentless, but that makes you predictable. The time of the Faradin is nigh.
Get back!
Let's use my most powerful skill that built for kill bosses. You know, actually, if a very optimized, powerful build, they already killed the boss by now. This is not a very optimized build, because I'm still experimenting on stuff.
Crush them!
Okay, they're burning now. Use this. Create explosions.
No mana.
Ooh, now it's slightly faster. Oh, oh, run! Woo! Yeah, I really need to find a way to kill bosses. I found a way to kind of like make mob disappear, but I need a better way for the boss themselves. Not enough armor breakthrough.
No mana.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Crush them!
Boom! Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! Ah, the hand blocked me! Gosh dang it. I need to find a way to deal much more damage. Oh, my rapid shot. One thing is missing. I think that's the reasons. I think. Generally it doesn't, but I think I need to blame on that. Let's go back and fill that slot up. Not really sure what kind of damage I can have. Fire penetration, I guess. I might get like a good bow to use. Let's see.
Have you learned?
Any nice bow? No nice bow.
My word, I'll unburden you.
Evasion rating, not good for me. Anything nice? Ooh, a 200 mace. They have 10% qualities. And it does quite a lot of other stuff too. I can consider you, or consider you. Nah, this one is definitely better than what I have.
I hope it pleases.
Yes, it does. And let's see what type of things that I can replace. Nope, not a single yellow item, sadly. Might have to increase my war cry. Or I can have explosive shot. It does convert 30% damage to fire damage only. It might work out. Fire, immolated, internal flame, ignitions, fire penetrations for this one. Oh yeah, even I have that skill, it's not going to help me that much. Do I have an explosion shot in here? Yes, I do have it. Because this one have like 3 skill in here, but the problem is if I use explosive shot, I only got like 2 slots for me to put stuff in. So damage wise, it's still like not enough against that thing. And also, I have -1 fire resistance is like one of the reasons I'm having issues too.
Time of the Faradin is
Yes, I should deal with that thing, but I didn't have any way to deal with that.
Get back!
Ah, this time I'm smart about this kind of things.
Need mana.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Ah! The little bone man blocked me!
You are relentless, but that makes you predictable.
No, I refuse to believe this build is not doable. It's doable! It's just skill issues. I have a very severe amount of skill issues in here.
Get back!
Oh, ran out mana. Man, this thing eats up a lot of mana. Yeah, see, physical attack doesn't really harm me. The problem is the fire breath. I always get caught in the wrong place and wrong time. Yeah, head slamming, it doesn't do jack shit. Oh, now it does. Now it does. I called you out once and then you decided to just... Holy shit! I called it out once, stop spamming the skill! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh! I used up all my health potion for that. I'm screwed. Holy heck, I just talked about it once, it's stopped taking as a challenge accepted. Oh no. Oh no.
Need mana. Out of mana.
Woo. Whoa. Woohoo. And then they keep talking about Ina. Well, that is Takodachi in general. Technically, I am also Takodachi. Whew. Bong. Now I'm smarter. I am stronger. Oh shit! Stop contradicting me. Gosh dang it. Ooh. Come on. Boom. I know you have a tough skull. Stop showing up.
Enough tricks. They will
Man! All heads, no brain. See? First try. Never struggle. I'm that good. Well, if you're not talking to an engineer, they might not know what ball bearing is, or just a normal bearing, or a the what, a cylinder bearing? I forgot what that name called. Instead of ball, they use cylinders. And then there's the self-lubricate bearing, and then the non-self-lubricate bearing, and then man, he should get fired. Like, also there's like self-lubricate bearing and then non-self-lubricate bearing. And then there's like the plastic one, there's like the metal one, there's like there's a lot of things when it comes to bearing. Actually, I literally have a book about bearing. Let me try to think. Find that book. Yeah, I got like this back in the days when I do like a lot of back in the days when I do engineering study, I need to create like a machines that that kind of like, what do you call it again? It's like a bicycle, like self-standing machine. So you plug the bicycle in, it clamp tight the tire, and then it raise up, make your bicycle stand up that way. So I required, originally we was thinking about using a belt system, but we end up changing it into a threaded like screw systems. So it's basically become like, and we can't find like a proper thread, so we kind of end up still use like a stud. A very long ass, like we use a very long ass stud and then like a nut, instead of like using like a proper bearing with like the this and that yada yada thing. So this company is called, we actually got a sponsorship. We managed to find a sponsorship for this kind of things, but they sent us the stud a little bit too late, so we can't use the stud and the bearing. We end up didn't use it, but I did get this book about it. A lots of things about like the kind of like bearing and like those kind of nuts that use bearing stuff too. The company is called like August dry tech bearing. Igus or like Igus. I don't know how to pronounce this thing. IGUS, okay? I also learned quite a lot of bearing stuff because of this company. Is what you kind of like claim it as like the lubrication free eye gilder material from August. So it's like the dry polymer, there's the ball bearing dry polymer one, and then there's like the self-adjust. I literally got like the entire box with all the bearing they have. If I really want to use some bearing, actually I got like a shit tons of stuff like that. Yeah, they taught us lots of things about bearing and things. And also like how like the CNC, you know, like CNC machine have like that screw thingy going on. I forgot what that name is already because it's been ages. I don't touch engineering stuff for quite a long time. I kind of forgot. But they have like the screw thingy and then like go up and down. So we want to use that kind of system to like drag up our bike because it's much more secured. We do not trust belt because belt fat, it kind of like, you raise up the bike, but if the bike is too heavy, the belt might slip, so it might drop down. So we decided to use a screw, like the stud systems that spins, use the motor to spin the thing and then like raise up the bike that way. But holy heck, it required a very strong motor, and then we did not get the motor strong enough. We kind of had to find like a bike that is like for kids that is light enough that can like screw, like the screw like slowly spin and then like drive up the bike, but at the end, because they sent us the stud a little bit too late, so we use a normal like screw stud and then a nut that just welded onto the clamp. So a nut that welded onto the clamp, and then we just use that very normal like industrial stud. It's basically for you to screw nuts in. We ghetto it that way, and then we use it to spin this and that, yada yada stuff. But the shittiest thing is our engineering teachers, the lectures, the first thing he learned about we are going to use that industrial stud, the first thing he do is to bend the shit out of that thing, and told us that this is not the best way to use the stud. I'm like, fuck you! Why do you bend the thing? We do pay money for it. Like, if we just use it for showcase, it's fine. Like, why do you do that? Just for showcase, proof of concept, okay? You don't have to bend it to prove your point. We understand. And then because it's bent, so when we actually do the we do not have the budget to buy a second stud, so we end up have to still use that slightly bent, because we bend it back, the slightly bent stud to spin the bicycle up. But you can see the entire thing wobble so much, because like even like slightly bent, when you kind of spin it, it kind of wobble left and right. So that thing just keep on wobbling when it spin. Oh shit. Yeah, I guess also send you stuff for free, but they sent it too late because of the shipping issues. The problem is that originally it's like this. You either like the project, the final project for diploma is basically like this. You find sponsorship from various company that help you sponsors, and then you create your stuff. But the problem is, we find IGUS, but IGUS, when they send, they don't have like the length that we want. So they have to custom cut the length and then send it to us. But because when it comes to shipping issues, it come late, like a month late. So we have to use the stud at the end, like the industrial like thread, like the small industrial threaded stud. Because IGUS have like this special stud that have like, you know, very deep groove. It's specialized for like spin and move things up, and then it doesn't slide back down. So it's much more better if we use that. But the problem is we can't have that stud. It's due to shipping delay and things. So we have to use that stud, and then the teachers bend the shit out of that thing. Because we only shell the money for that thing is because we do not have the time for it, so we have to use our own money for it. We have a lot of things from sponsorship, but just because of that freaking stud is the only things that we actually really need, but end up we can't. So we had to buy our own stud, and then he bent it. It was like, oh shit. We already bought like an aluminum block. Yes, a block of aluminum. Because the things we want to do, like the clamping system to clamp the tire of the bicycle, that thing we have to custom make that stuff, like the spring, the lock, the everything. So we already bought like an aluminum block, and then there's like a company that sponsors us to help us do the machine cutting. We just have to provide the material for it. Too late, a little bit too late. It was like, how long was it? 7-8 years ago is like stupid long. I still have the machine in my storage room. It probably doesn't run anymore, because of the rust and stuff when it comes to like most of the machinery, because it's exposed to element. We used to have a cover for the electronic stuff, but I removed that cover because yeah, there's a lot of issues I have to keep fixing it. So I just like flat up just break the cover the moment like we've encountering some problem issues. Because again, why it have issues is because the stud we use is like slightly bent, so everything just keep vibrating and shaking, so all the electronic stuff sometimes just knock loose, like some of the wiring and stuff, so I have to keep like go and like refigure the wire and reset some of the things, like the parameters and like the default like alignment stuff, this and that, yeah, that stuff. It basically give us like additional issues because of the freaking bend stud. Of course we know if it bend, it will bend, but if it's just like for one showcase, it's fine. But he went ahead and bent the shit out of it. I was like, we know it bend. It's a steel, and it's a cheap ass steel too.
I hear you.
I still find that part baffled. You just have a tell list. Despite I think it's like part of the problem is my team is kind of an idiot. Like most of them have no idea what the lectures is telling us, and then he went ahead and showcased to us. I know, I just pretend to not know, so we can actually like have this thing proceed through. But my other teammate, they practically are literally actually legitimately have no idea. At least we still got the highest score through creativity, because we are actually like legitly trying to make a product and create like trial and error stuff. So despite like it's janky, but it still works. It's already proved the concept, and then yeah, it works. And then my degree, when I study engineering, like the first thing when I study engineering on a degree, we kind of like what do you call it again? The first semester, yes, the first semester, I become like a 4.0 student. If you don't know what CGPA, like 4.0 student, because like the first semester I started with, for some reasons, a lot of people actually complain about that too. It's like the first kind of like course that we are taking is we have to create another machine to do like a proof of concept stuff. Like the first, like mid semester, we have to create a machine for electronic, and then the second one is to make a very big scale stuff and then prove a certain part of concept of how to do maybe like a machine that can clean up like the, you know, like filter up the fine sand, this and that, yeah, that stuff. For us, I think it's because I think the main problem is me, because I'm a very creative person. So I end up always choose the most difficult stuff. I do feel sorry for my teammates sometimes, because they are not well equipped for like ambitious project. But I was thinking about a system, a storage systems that makes the room, or like the room, much more safe space, because like the theme is about like either you can choose constructions, or like choose a smart house, or a like basically like there's like 3 like different like for farming. So you have to come up one of the idea for these 3 things and do it as a demonstration what it do. One is smart house, one is like for constructions, another one is like for farming. And then we choose the smart house because we have a lot of people who does electronic stuff, but we end up use so many stuff that is not electronic. It become basically is like simple mechanic stuff. Thankfully I'm a mechatronic, so I know mechanic stuff, and mechatronic stuff, and what again? Mechatronic stuff is basically I know like electronic stuff and mechanical stuff, and also programming stuff. So basically I'm basically doing everything most of the time. So we are thinking about the ceiling basically have like a storage systems, and then like there's a docking, there's a place for docking. So every single time you just, the smart house system is basically you go into the house, and if you want utensil, you just press a phone, and then they will select, like the top of our seating is basically a cargo bay, so they will like select that particular cupboard that contain the utensil and then drop down. It's basically also like you have to put some art stuff into it too. So we choose the smart house for like the, you know, like the simple design is basically like an empty room. So we have to make our house as clean as like empty as the house concept that we have to do is go for like the emptiness of the house. So we have all the storage, all the cupboard stuff, all the things you have to store, put it all in the ceiling. So when you need clothes, you press a button, you get like a storage systems that have clothes in it. Or if you need utensil, you press a button, the utensil box drop down. So we have to create like a sorting systems, and then like a selecting systems. Like it's basically like a crane game. So it's like create like a crane system just to like drag here, left and right, out and in and out. But here's the thing, because everyone on the degree, this is their first semesters, they have zero, some people literally have zero idea about electronic stuff and then mechanic stuff or any other stuff, and then they have no idea what to do, and then I have to be the one who do it. And then all I know is how to use the, like, you know, like those kind of like 5-minute craft stuff, those bullshit. At least they have one thing's good going on there, that is using syringe to push another syringe, like a you know, use a syringe to push another syringe, like a hydraulic systems. So I'm using that to move the crane system left, right, and then I create like a lever system to elevator system, like up, down, using all the syringes, all the syringe hydraulic. But too bad, we were doing well on the demonstration, because all we have to do is create a concept, write down the future proof and what kind of things we can do. Like generally it's paperwork, but we do need a machine there to do like a proof of concept. So we have the hydraulic system, basically just go left, right, left, left, right, and then just the XY axis, and then we just pretend that we have like a up-down systems, because like up-down system for the what again? For like dropping like the storage box. Yeah, but the problem is I cannot program everything. We do not have the equipment for it. I only managed to salvage most of the stuff from like that bicycle system I have, and use that thing without using like a lot of money. So I'm using like the old like controller system we had, like the IR, like infrared controller, and then like basically use that to control left, set like a, like pre-program them to like, okay, up, left, go down, go up, those kind of things. So we do quite a lot of those kind of things, but again, like it's like 7-8 years ago. Of course, like there's much more advancement on like those kind of systems, but back in the days it's practically like the most rudimentary, like you know, when it comes to like those kind of systems. But yeah, it's like generally we use those kind of things, but the problem is I didn't tighten the tube, so the water start leaking, and then the water start leaking, the hydraulic system start failing. Oh man. At least the lectures actually mark our stuff first, and then it start leaking. So another group of like engineer like basically like came to like review our work, and that thing doesn't work anymore. So all we can do is just bullshit our way out. I am a engineer, I'm not a freaking plumber. I never touched hydraulic system in my life. Especially I do not know, I actually did like the most minimum way to like tighten up the thing, but it's just not tighten enough. Because the tube we use is actually those kind of like medical tube. So it's not like, you know, like those are kind of like medical tube that for like transferring blood, those kind of stuff. So when I go to buy those kind of stuff, I have to like prove licensing, this and that, yada yada stuff, to actually get approved to get that freaking tube. I just started to become an engineer. I'm not actually a true engineer around that time. I'm still a student, okay? And almost everyone are babies, so I need to be the guy who do everything at the end. So hindsight is going to happen. I actually still did the minimum, so it's not leaking at the first front. The only leaking happened is actually because of wear and tear. Most of the things I built is actually built within a week. Yes, within a week. I have to program the things. I have to program the system and buy all the things I need, and then try to like fasten and make everything up. While the rest of the group, I tell them most of this. I still have to manage the rest of the group and then teach them how to write bullshit into the entire project documentations. Because they never wrote a single thing in their life. And I had to review those shit within a week. Why I have to do all the programming? Why I have to like do the entire hydraulic system? Why I have to buy the foam board? Especially it's the laminated foam board, because we need a very tough foam board to do this kind of stuff. And then buy all the equipment, all the art stuff, and then I have to like screw everything up, and then like drill everything, and then do everything, and then fasten all the stuff. Obviously, I'm gonna miss like one or two things. I basically do everything except the writing. Like technically, I'm still doing the writing at the end because I have to be the editors. Review the things and then told them you shouldn't write it this way, you should write it that way, and then this is not actually the goal, that is the goal, you wrote the wrong ass thing. Yeah, it's hectic. Deal with so many things, it's just hectic.
Gas grenades create.
Technically, I am fasten that thing because it's a syringe. The syringe has very small, tiny hole. I put like the white, like you know, the white band around the syringe, and then I plug it in. And then do you know what kind of thing I'm fastening it with? Freaking rubber band. Because it's just so small, you can't fasten it with like the metals. Like you know, like there's like you can tighten like the tube with like the metal ring. We can't. I don't have the time to find a thing that can fit a freaking 5mm wide ring. Not 5mm, 50mm. So I don't have the time to do all those things while I'm managing so many things at the same time. All I can do is freaking rubber band and tighten it as tight as possible. Still leak at the end because it's water and it's rubber band. And the tube I use is medical tube. It's supposed to be smooth and let water flow. So at the end, they just like everything is just like become a mess later on. But actually later, like thankfully, it's just like we get graded before like all this shit happens. And I still have to use the same medical tube for like the different project. They ask us to do replicate a commercial product. And I do the replication of the commercial product of how a you know, like those kind of like McDonald's like soda machines. They have like the syrup and then the carbon like thingy. Obviously we can't replicate that thing. We can't get a syrup because it's only like commercial stuff can get it. We just use a bottle of Coke and then like put a tube in and use the air pressure to push out the Coke that way, and then like we have to like model the things and put like a box around it and paint it and make it look like those kind of like soda dispenser machine, all those kind of things. Yes, and beautify everything as much as possible. But yeah, it's been like 3 hours, like more than 3 hours, almost like 3.5 hour worth of stream. So since I already beat that boss,
As we speak.
My life
I should take a
has
break.
been a forge. I am ready for war.
Nice chat with you actually. Yeah. It's been a while. I have such a nice chat. I can just go ham on just yapping.
We now
You
have
know.
their trade. You have your orders.
Either way, yeah, this is a very nice stream today. So I have some other stuff to do. I might run another stream at my dead of night for drawing, obviously. So yeah. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, everyone, stay healthy, stay safe. Until next time, stay tuned on the next stream. Bye-bye.